A very popular self-help influencer named Wizard Liz got cheated by her boyfriend at when she was 4 months pregnant. Hello everyone and welcome once again. So today we are going to discuss this full case and also we are going to take away some lessons. Let's go. Exams were like a 3 week long journey. I really am happy that they're finally over soon. Still, there is one paper remaining. But Wizard Liz, aka Liz Liova, she is from Belgium. So yeah, she makes content on mental health, personal growth, and self-awareness.
Don't listen to what he's saying, look at what he's doing. And so many women, because we get so sensitive and we love to hear things. No, look at the way he's treating you. If he's abusive, but tomorrow he tells you he loves you, he's abusive. He doesn't love you. Someone that loves you wouldn't abuse you.
While she is popular among women, she also faces several criticisms. Once she made a video on not dating broke guys. Like once in a podcast, she told that broke means mediocre. But in that episode, she told that date rich guys, the guys who earn lots of money. And also, like some people claim that she used to date some guys in Dubai, and once she got that money, she used to ditch them, which I think is problematic. Then she dated Landon Nickerson, who does look like Andrew Tate with hair since 2022. Firstly, they started like online dating, and then they met at an airport, and then they started dating. But I'm really skeptical of online dating. A girl dated and ran to marry a Korean guy, but he turned out to be her apartment's Nepali watchman. I tried it a bit, and yes, that's kind of risky. So be discerning. She told him everything, and their relationship was gone smoothly. They got engaged, and she became pregnant. Currently, 4 months. Some 8 9 days ago only, they posted a video on how a guy should be and all the dating advice.
Honestly, a toxic message. This thing I've seen people saying of like, oh, you can never trust a man, like never trust your husband, like he may just cheat on you. You never know. It's like at the end of the day, the man and the woman have to be trusting each other and taking that is what builds a good relationship.
Yeah,
that is a
of course.
foundation of trust.
By the meantime, Landon opened a Snapchat account and started chatting with his ex. That ex also tried to reject him, but he was desperate. So I think that's total beta energy. And that from through her friend, Liz found it and she broke up. She felt bad, put stories, and now self-love and all she's telling. She felt really bad. And I think that this is really bad. The woman who has like almost everything a girl can dream of. And yes, a lot of influencers who don't even know her, like Rita Tharana, they are like calling her goddess, mother, queen, which I think is icky.
She's a god. She's a walking goddess.
I also personally got shocked, but the way these people are saying is really extreme.
You shows the man can be this stupid. You have the Wizard Liz. She leads 8 million people. Many girls want to become like her. Many girls want that she can have the strength like Wizard Liz.
Mother Liz was cheated on while she was 4 months pregnant.
You're telling me this thing cheated on my mother? I mean my mother, Liz. She was literally
Indian fans are actually the most incel. She's moving on. Even Landon confessed it and also he responded. This is what Landon's ex has to say.
I was mentally abused by this man. He took my past trauma and made me feel so safe and heard and understood. And I fell for it because I was stupid and codependent and idiotic. And I have no more shame anymore. There's thousands of women who have gone through what I've been through, plus worse things that's ever happened to them.
Now here are some of the takeaways we can learn. The first lesson is just because you get good does not mean it's actually good. Like just because you claim he is good, just because your boyfriend is like good, nice, and godly, does not mean he's necessarily like that in real life. Your husband is different from your boyfriend. So yes, I believe that another person, preferably your parent or your trustworthy friend, should know this thing. Manifesting or praying could give you a guy, but not necessarily good. Like there is a lot of terrible self-help advice given to women that if you will attract this, if you will have this energy, then you will attract a guy. No, this alone does not help. This will like help you in discerning and learning things, but attracting alone will not work. You have to act in some sort or the other. Even in religious circles we can see that just trust in God's plan, just glorify God. No, you have to attract. This is extremely wrong, new age toxic self-help advice. Claiming it, telling universe is misleading. Yes, it is, because that is not going to tell you what your future is. A lot of advice given to women on social media is based on lies and new age. Fourth, don't trust anyone fully. Even with your friends and yourself, don't trust anyone fully because the world now is really, really terrible. You can get deceived easily. Fifth, don't tell everything immediately to your boyfriend or your friend. Don't be desperate. Learn his or her character and slowly, gradually tell. And some things you are supposed to keep private. Don't have sex before marriage. Yes, sexual immorality, whether in form of homosexuality or premarital sex or extramarital affairs, all of this is wrong because it ultimately harms you. It not only harms you physically but also emotionally and spiritually, especially to women, because women get more emotional after doing that and men get less emotional. Normalization of immorality has a lot of effect on women and society. Seventh, be aware and careful. Be very careful on whom you date. Love is not enough. Don't base your relationships on dopamine. Based on something solid and firm like God or your mutual love and respect. Dopamine is temporary. Eighth, cheating does not have to do with you. It is independent of you and your whether your self-worth, your success, your looks are high or low. These things ultimately don't matter. So ladies, especially to Liz, I will tell, please don't base your relationship on this worldly things. They are fleeting, they are temporary. And also that person is extremely insecure. A lot of beautiful, powerful women get cheated because sometimes they could be entitled or the boyfriend can get jealous of their success or a lot of personal factors. Ninth, all men and women aren't bad. We are seeing a trend of this feminists and red pill bros hating on each other, opposite gender, which I think is wrong. There are really, really good men and women. Tenth, consider betrayal not as your identity, but as a reminder that problems can come. Yes, you don't have to base your identity on these things. You are to base your identity as a child of God. And yes, you should understand that problems can come. Not every time it's sunshine and rainbows. Some people say that they got secretly married. Now we don't know. But I do think that modern dating has a lot of flaws and we have to be really, really discerning. Commitment is very, very important and you should check your compatibility, like politically, spiritually. Marry the person who has similar values, beliefs, etc. as much as possible. Not excessively also, else you will not grow. And she was a Muslim, a non-practicing one, I think.
I'm Muslim, so I would pray 5 times a day and stuff. But I would pray and just pray and that's it, and then go to sleep and cry.
And I do think that it's better to marry the person within the same religion. That is really, really easy and safe. There is a rampant amount of divorce culture in the West, which is really, really problematic. Divorce means breaking off the covenant. Marriage is a covenant between a man and a woman. And yes, it is a spiritual bond. It is like the demonstration, the simulation of Christ and his church. And that is like an unbreakable bond. A man shall leave his mother and father and join his wife. And also, we should focus on marriage more and wedding less because marriage is a lifelong commitment. And also, regarding things like women proposing men, I do think that for most of us it will not work, but in some cases, it's not bad. Liz does have like the divine feminine thing, she does promote that, and this is like mixed. See, divine feminine actually stems from the pagan new age beliefs, and I personally think that we should not strive to be that. We should strive to be a godly woman. Of course, there are good qualities, but this feminine energy and masculine energy, though it's important, though it matters, men should be masculine, women should be feminine, but it is not enough. Your holiness matters more. Like there is like a lot of Christian conservative dating apps and places telling that women should not date this type of man and all. Of course, I discourage women from marrying effeminate men or men to date women who reject their femininity like beyond a limit. But yes, that is not the most important thing. She is at fault because she also herself promoted hookup cultures and ditching men. And I think that this is wrong. Even men who suffer should be considered. And also, she did not face the worst thing. There are far more women who have faced worse situations. Some like cases like rape or abuse, etc. At least she did not face that. Vaishnavi was abused by her in laws simply because she was unable to pay the dowry and was imperfect. And there is a lot of toxic culture, dowry culture, which I think is problematic and is destroying women's lives. A 17-year-old TikToker named Sana Yousaf was also killed by her own cousin just because she rejected his friend request. And people are literally celebrating her death. Green flags in a guy is that he's chivalrous enough, he expresses himself like in good things, he has hobbies, he's active, He touches his emotional side. He respects women and men. He stands up for what is right. He is like fit, like not necessarily perfect, but fit. He must be like, he must have hair. Like, this is my personal beliefs. He should have good, expressive eyes. He should be masculine enough. He should be able to provide, protect, and lead me and my children.
He should be loyal, loving, and lead our home spiritually.
And the red flags is that he is toxic, he is abusive, does not respect people who are different from him. He's unable to stand up for himself.
He is a mama's boy. See, it's not wrong to listen to your mother, but wife above mother.
He is extremely effeminate. Like, up to some extent, I do think that masculinity and femininity among differs, but after a limit, no. And also, he supports wrong things like abortion, euthanasia, etc. Ladies, if your boyfriend's ultimate goal is not marriage, ditch him. He's a beta man. Of course, there should be other goals. Of course, you should, like, in your beginning phase, you should do try a little bit with other guys, like chit chatting and all. But if when you get in a serious relationship, date only one.
Hookup culture is increasing rapidly due to casualties and trust issues, but this has caused a lot of miserability among women and men.
Women are very, very entitled. We can see that there are a lot of expectations, such as a 6 feet tall guy and he earns more than $1 million per year. Having expectations is not in and itself wrong, but there should be realistic expectations and not unrealistic expectations. Same for men. Let's be real and let's build each other up rather than bashing. Choose your role models wisely. I don't think that Wizard Liz is a bad role model.
She is not the best role model. There are far better female role models out there.
She teaches a lot of good things, but I will suggest be very, very careful with all these self-help gurus. A lot of toxic teachings and unrealistic standards they set. Thank you guys for listening to this episode. Do share your thoughts on this incident. Personally speaking, I have learned a lot of lessons and I really feel bad and I hope that she gets a better partner. Bye.